Okay. Do you know what hanfu is?
What, Kung-Fu?
Hanfu.
I don't know what that is.
What do you think hanfu is?
First thing that came to my head was like some sort of Asian cuisine, like a food.
Okay. Hanfu is a term that translates to Han clothing, referring to the stylistic choices of the people of the Han Dynasty. Hanfu culture is a subculture of the Han Chinese. And here is an example.
Oh, I've seen this before, yeah.
Now that you know what hanfu is, how would you feel if you saw someone dressed in hanfu in general?
I would feel like like the way they're dressed is part of their culture, maybe part of their religion as well. I wouldn't really think much of it. I really would just see them as any other person, to be honest, who's expressing their culture through their way of dressing.
Do you have any instances of when you may have seen someone wearing hanfu, whether that be in person or on social media?
I have seen on social media. I haven't seen in person yet, but in social media, it's always like them celebrating something part of their culture, and I really think that I really like that because me as a Latin person, I also like to express myself through my way of dressing here and there. So I think it's pretty cool.
People who wear hanfu have been judged for wearing their cultural clothes. Have you ever been judged for wearing your cultural clothes?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just kind of part of, I guess, growing up, your culture. Everyone's gonna find something to dislike about you, either your culture or just yourself. I don't really think much of it because I love expressing my culture. I love expressing where I came from and who I am, and I think they're doing the same. So I don't really dislike them.
If you saw someone being bullied for wearing hanfu, how would you feel, and how would you react to the situation?
Ooh, that's a good question. Obviously, bullying should never be tolerated, and I would take that to heart because I have been called stuff through expressing my culture. So I would stick up for them, of course, because they're just trying to express their culture where they came from, and it should never be they should never be put down for that.
Can you distinguish between hanfu and other forms of Chinese cultural attire? For example, another form of attire is the kimono.
I don't really know what the kimono culture is, so if I could, I'd appreciate it. Oh, okay. I noticed that in the Hong culture, they use more like on their clothing, they use more like designs, and on this specific culture, they keep it pretty simplistic on their way of dressing.
Can you see a solution to the lack of representation of hanfu culture?
It's probably because there's not a lot of people from that specific culture, especially here in the United States. So any person, like any American or any other person who doesn't know what that culture is, they probably think it's really odd to them. And obviously, I think honestly, if they keep expressing their culture and it keeps getting more and more attention, sooner or later they won't be discriminated and it'll just become like a normal thing.
How would you feel if the school held more events representing Chinese culture or specifically hanfu?
I would love that. Me personally, I feel like our school can do much more in expressing a lot of culture. I feel like if they started implementing more activities or more like showings of other people's culture, specifically that culture, it would be amazing because everyone can learn.
And last question. After our discussion, what do you think about hanfu?
I feel like it's a pretty nice culture. I want to learn more about it. These interview questions really helped me discover a new culture that I didn't even know about.
Thank you.